For the first 23 years of my life, I'm 27 right now, I hated myself. I hated the person that I am. And I'm not saying this because I woke up a couple of days and I had a bad day. No, I genuinely despised the person that I was. And I'm gonna put some pictures so you can relate and understand where I'm coming from. I used to look in the mirror and I saw a loser. I saw a person that is skinny, weak, can't even maintain eye contact with people, had lack of confidence, and didn't feel like he can amount to anything in the world. I just felt like an empty shell of a human being, and I went through my day-to-day routine feeling like a zombie. I didn't care about anything, and I didn't have a vision for the future. So if you would go back when I was 18 and ask me what do you want it out of life, I just didn't give a shit. That's how useless I felt. I didn't have a long-term plan. I didn't want to do anything in the world. I just wanted to lock myself in my room and play video games. And plus, I was super broke because when you're 18, you're probably broke. You don't have any experience. You don't have anything to back you up. So you don't have any value to offer to the world. And that's exactly how I felt. I felt like I didn't have meaning in the world. I didn't have anything to look up to. Girls weren't even giving me any attention. I just felt like nothing made sense to me. I would much rather lock myself in my room and play video games all day and all night than to interact with people or try to do something to improve my life. I was going to the gym, but I just went there because I saw a couple of YouTube videos talking about self-improvement back then. I was a doomer, bro. I had this long hair, this big beard, and I just gave up on life at a very early age. I felt like I was physically 20 years old, but mentally I was feeling like an 80-year-old man. I didn't have any outlook for the future. I didn't feel like I wanted to build anything in my life, and this stuck with me to my early 20s. I'm talking when I was 21, 22. I was too broke to even afford a PlayStation Network subscription. So I used to play these free video games like Fortnite and Apex Legends because I didn't have an extra 60 bucks to throw around and subscribe and play online video games. So you see how desperate I was back then. I just felt that because I had this negative mindset, every door that I used to knock on back then just felt like it was closing in my face. I wanted to get in shape, but I knew it was a long-term process. So I went only 2 days a week, which didn't amount to anything. I saw a bit of progress, but the results weren't there because my mind wasn't healthy. I wasn't having a good relationship with myself, and that's why I'm making this video for you, because once you have a good relationship with the person that you are, you will feel like you are unstoppable and nothing can stop you from what you are trying to accomplish. And the biggest change in my life was changing my complete environment. So I hopped on the plane when I was 23 in 2020 and I came to Germany. I moved in with my family here, and once I was here I carried my old habits with me, whether it was video games or doom scrolling, wasting my time watching porn. All of this negative shit I carried with me from my old life, up to the point where I looked at myself in the mirror and I was disgusted. I felt like time was passing by and I wasn't taking advantage of it, and I wanted to change myself. I was really desperate for change. I felt like if I didn't change my life, I will stay like this for eternity. And sooner or later, I will look in the mirror and I will become this 40-year-old man who didn't do anything in his life, that is just dwelling on the past and thinking that life did him dirty. I really didn't want this to happen to me. So when I was 23, I decided to start taking the gym seriously, and 2 years later, I was able to reach the best shape of my life because I have put my mind into it. I have changed my environment. I no longer rely on all of these bad habits that I had. I broke them little by little, and once you want to change an old habit, it doesn't happen directly. For example, if you smoke or you drink or you have any vice that you are not addicted but you do on a regular basis and you want to stop, I would say start limiting the amount of times that you do this activity. Let's say every day you are gaming for 6 hours. So instead of gaming every day for 6 hours, just say the next day I'm gonna game for only 5 hours and a half. Even though it won't feel like a big improvement, but it is improvement. And once you start breaking this habit little by little and doing it less and less, you will feel that the effects that it has on you, and you actually asking for this thing and for this dopamine hit that you are getting, will eventually fade away. You won't even think about it because you have replaced this bad habit with a better one, which this new habit is going to help you evolve and grow in the world and start becoming the person that you want to be. The next thing other than habits is the way that you look and the way that you feel about yourself. You see, back then I felt like an invisible person. Whenever I walked in a room, I felt like everyone was looking through me because I was invisible. I didn't belong anywhere. I didn't feel like I was appreciated wherever I went. But I think getting in shape and actually taking care of your grooming, so if it's cutting your hair or shaping your beard up, these are things that you can start doing right now, and the impact that it will have not only on the perception of other people towards you, but your perception of yourself, it will immediately change. You will directly feel that you are much more confident in yourself because you look apart. You have taken effort and you have put it into fixing yourself and the way that you look. You actually care about presenting a good picture of yourself to the world. You no longer look like a bum, and once you do this, you will immediately feel that the people are going to treat you differently. You will start getting more attraction from women, and it will shift the power dynamic. So instead of chasing other people to get into relationship with them, they will want to come and talk to you because you are oozing value, you are oozing confidence wherever you walk. And this is something that I've learned and discovered about myself and my life at a later age. So if you are 18 or 19 and listening to this, you can really start applying this right now. Nothing is stopping you from doing this. I really wish I knew this before because it would have saved me a lot of pain and a lot of trouble while I was growing up, and maybe I would have made much more improvement in my life at a faster pace. The last thing that I wanted to touch on is your mindset. It's the way that you perceive the world, the vision that you have for yourself. These are all important things to have, especially if you are a young man, because this is going to be your drive. This is going to give you the energy you need in order to start conquering life. Back then, I didn't even keep track of the date. So every day felt like a Saturday or like a Sunday, even though it was a Wednesday, because I just woke up at noon, started playing video games, and before I know it, the sun was going down, and then I will head back to sleep. So I was just living on this endless loop, endless circle where I wasn't being productive because my mind was in a bad state. But once your mind is in a good state and you do this shift, you start actually seeing hope in your life. This is how you're going to turn the entire table in your life, and you will feel that you are in much more control because you have a vision for yourself. You have something that you want to work towards. And I think putting systems in your life, if it's waking up early, having a job is going to change you, and it's going to put discipline in your life, and you will feel that you are making much more money. You will feel that you are much more depending on yourself, no longer relying on your family or your parents to take care of you. All of these things are going to make you the man that you are today. Becoming a man of value is something really important. I think a lot of people take it in a different way. Once they see people online, they think you need to become super rich in order to become a man of high value. But no, you can start by doing little things like taking care of yourself, taking care of your family around you, having a long-term vision for the future. All of these are going to make you immediately stand out wherever you are, and it doesn't take a person much more larger than life in order to accomplish this. You can be a regular person, and once you start following this system, you will immediately realize that change is possible because you have decided to bet on yourself and you have become your number one supporter instead of being your number one hater. I hope you take this message and start applying it into your own life, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, bro. Have a good day.